Today in this video we will be discussing about your first unit, which is the canals, and we are going to discuss the important topics for the external examination, and I will be discussing about your previous question paper also. In your first unit, first the basic topic is about the canals, and which is important questions for your short answer. First we will be discussing what is canal. Canal is nothing but a irrigation structure which is in the form of a trapezoidal structure, which will be allowing the water to flow from reservoir, or it may be any of the dam, or from the lake or river to the particular irrigation channel. So in the canals you are having 5 different types of the canal based on the different categories. First one is nature of source of supply. In that, first one is permanent or the inundation canal. So what is permanent canal? So the permanent canal is nothing but the canal which will be flowing throughout the year, which is 365 days. It will be having a full supply of water from any of the reservoirs or the water bodies to the irrigation purpose. The next one, inundation canal. Inundation canal is a type of canal which is used only whenever you are having the excess amount of the water supply. And the next category of the canal is which is based on the function of canal. First one is irrigation. Irrigation is nothing but which is used for the agricultural purpose. Second one is navigation, which is used for the purpose of the transportation of the goods from one place to the other place. Power canal, it is used for the electricity purpose. And feeder channel is nothing but which will be allowing for the feeding of the water from the main canal to the irrigation channel or nearby fields. The next one, based on the discharge also, again it is classified into 4 types. First one is main canal. So main canal is nothing but it can be a source of the river, and that river will be consisting of the different branches. From the different branches of the river, we are going to allow the water to pass through the distributive channel, and then last we will be allowing the water to pass through the field channel where the irrigation work takes place. The next one, based on the alignment, you are having the 3 categories, which one is ridge canal, contour canal, side slope canal. Ridge canal is nothing but whenever you are having the water So ridge canal is nothing but whenever you are having the higher amount of the boundary surfaces of the water distributive canal or the main canal, we are going to construct the ridge canals by providing the cross drainage work. What is contour canal? Contour canal is nothing but which will be constructed along the contour lines of a map, that you are going to call it as a contour canal. The next one is side slope canal. What is side slope canal? Side slope canal is nothing but the canal which is constructed at the right angles of the section. If the canal is constructed at the right angles of the section, then you are going to call that as a side slope canal. And the last category of the canal classification, which is based on the boundary surface of a canal, which is alluvial, non-alluvial and rigid channel. Alluvial channel is nothing but which is constructed on the silt particle or the alluvial soil. Wherever there is a presence of the alluvial soil, we are going to construct that type of the channel. Non-alluvial channels are nothing but the canals which are constructed on the particular area where you will not be having the any of the presence of the alluvial soil. The next one, rigid boundary channel or the lined canal. So what is rigid boundary channel or the lined canal is, you will not be having any of you will be having a lining provided to the entire cross section of the canal section, such that there will not be having any of the leakages of the water whenever it is passing from main canal to the branch. So the second topic in your first unit is about your canal section or the balancing depth of the cutting, which is a very important question for your long answers as well as your short answer. So what is canal section or the depth of the cutting is, whenever we are going to construct a canal section, we need to dig the soil apart and we need to fill the soil, which will be acting as a support on the either sides of the canal section. So you can read in the definition, a canal section will be economical when earthwork involved at a particular section has equal amount of the cut and fill. So whenever you are making the trapezoidal channel of the canal section, you need to take care in such a way that the equal amount of the cutting and filling of the canal section is to be Wait, so whenever the equal depth of the cutting and the filling section is made, that type of the section you are going to call it as a canal section or the balancing depth of the section. So in the drawing you can able to see the balancing depth, in which you can able to see the cutting section on the downside, and filling is nothing but which will be acting as a support to your cutting section. So in that we are having the different mark. One is the h is nothing but the from depth of the cutting, from the bottom surface of the depth of the cutting to the till the filling, that portion you are going to call it as a vertical height of top of bank from bed channel, and small b is nothing but width of the channel, t is top width, and n is to 1 is the side slope of the bank in filling, and z is to 1 is nothing but the side slope of the canal in the cutting. Based on this we are going to do the equation of the balancing depth of the cutting, which is very important. So what is the formula for the trapezoidal section? It is it is b into y plus z into y square for the area of the cutting section. I'll show you. Here you can able to see b, right? So b into y plus what is the side slope? It is z. So by plus z into depth of the cutting section into y square. That is the formula of the area of the cut. And then next you can able to see the area of the filling. What is the area of the filling? So area of the filling depth is h minus y. So h minus y into what is the top width? It is b. So h minus y into t plus what is the side slope? It is n. So n into h minus y into whole h minus y whole square. So according to the balancing depth of the condition, area of the cutting must be equal to the area of the fill. So whenever you are going to make the area of the cutting and the filling, you will be getting a equation which is y into b plus zy, which is equal to 2 into h minus y into t plus n into h minus y square. So whenever you are going to provide a canal section with a slope, we will be considering the side slope ratio as 1:1 in the cutting section and 1.5:1 in the filling section. So we are going to substitute the values n and z in the equation which we have got by equating area of the cut and area of the filling. Whenever you are going to substitute n is equal to 1.5 and z is equal to 1, the equation you will be getting is y square minus b by 2 plus 3h plus t into y plus h into t plus 3 by 2 into h which is equal to 0. This is the balancing depth of the equation by considering the side slopes 1:1 in cutting and side slope 1.5:1 in the filling section. So from this unit, please don't forget to practice this problem and equation. The next topic in your first unit is about the Kennedy's theory. The assumptions of the Kennedy's theory were important, and the differences between the Kennedy's theory as well as the Lacey's theory is also the important question for your internal. And from your first unit, you will be getting the questions on either the Kennedy's or the Lacey's theory problem in your external. So first we will be seeing what are the assumptions of the Kennedy's theory. So what is the first assumption he has taken is he introduced the concept of the friction, and he also assumed that whenever the friction has been generated in the canal section, there will be having the vertical eddies moving upward slowly towards the surface. That is his first assumption, and he also gave the relationship between the depth of the water and the critical velocity, which is v naught is equal to 0.55 dE whole to the power of 0.64, and he also introduced the critical velocity factor, which is m, in the particular equation. So you will be getting the formula as v naught is equal to 0.55 m into d to the power of 0.64, and always the m value should be in between 1 to 1.3. And he also determined, what he has done is whatever the velocity, critical velocity equation he has considered, and he also choose the cutter's equation in order to make sure whether the velocity whatever he has considered is right or wrong from the cutter's equation. So what is the cutter's formula, which is v is equal to 23 plus 1 by n plus 0.00155 by s divided by 1 plus 23 plus 0.00155 by s into n by root r into square root of r s. So these three are the assumption which the Kennedy has been considered. So based on this assumption, again you are having two cases in the Kennedy's theory which were very important. Here you can able to see the case 1. So in the case 1 you can able to see the given data in the question will be discharge, rugosity coefficient which is capital N, and critical velocity and Betz law. So when Q, N, M and S were given in the question, so that comes under the case 1 of your Kennedy's theory. So in that, what are the steps you need to follow in order to solve the equation? Is first we are going to assume the value of the D. D is nothing but the depth of the canal section, and second one we are going to calculate the velocity from the Kennedy's equation, which is V naught is equal to 0.55 m into d to the power of 0.64, and the third step is we are going to calculate area in terms of discharge and V naught, which is discharge by velocity, and fourth step we are going to calculate area in terms of B and D. So first we are calculating the area in terms of discharge and velocity, and the next step we are going to calculate the area in terms of B and D, which is BD plus D square by 2, and then next we are going to calculate the perimeter, which is B plus D into square root of 5, and then next step we are going to calculate the hydraulic mean depth, which is R is equal to A by P, and the last step what we are going to do is we are going to determine the velocity from the Cutter's equation, which is V is equal to C into square root of R S. So after calculating the Cutter's equation velocity, what we will be doing is we are going to find out the ratio of V by V naught. V is nothing but the Cutter's equation velocity, and V naught is nothing but the critical velocity derived from the Kennedy's theory. So whenever you have if you are going to get V by V naught value equal to 1, then the assumed D value will be right. So if the D value is wrong, then what we need to do is again we need to calculate, and again we need to follow the entire procedure. Design a irrigation channel based on the Kennedy's theory to carry a discharge of 45 cumecs. Take N is equal to 0.0225 and M is equal to 1.05, and channel has a bed slope of 1 in 5000. So here what is the first step we need to do? We need to assume the value of D, which is 2.2 meter, and the next step we are going to calculate the velocity, which is V naught is equal to 0.55 m into d to the power of 0.64. So what is M? M value is given in the question, which is 1.05. If it is not given in the question, the value of M you need to take from 1 to 1.3, and by substituting the values in the V naught, you will be getting the velocity value V naught as 0.957, and what are the units of velocity? It is meter per second. And the third step is calculating of the area, which is Q by V naught. So what is the discharge given in the question? 45, and velocity V naught we got is 0.957. Based on this, you will be getting the area. Then next one, we are going to calculate again the area in terms of B and D, which is B area is equal to BD plus D square by 2. You know what is the value of area, and you know what is the value of D. Substituting the values of area and D, you will be getting the value of B, which is the bed width of the channel section. The next step what you need to do is you need to calculate the perimeter, which is B plus D into square root of 5. So you will be getting the perimeter of the channel section. Then next we are going to find the hydraulic mean depth, which is R is equal to A by P, which will be helpful in solving the velocity. V is equal to C into square root of RS. So R is equal to A by P, you will be getting the value as 1.867. Then last step in your Kennedy's theory case 1 is V is equal to C into square root of RS. So substituting the value of C, first we will be calculating the C, which is 23 plus 1 by N plus 0.00155 by S divided by 1 plus 23 plus 0.00155 by S into N by square root of R. So here you know what is the value of N. The value of N is 0.0225, and S is bed slope given in the question, which is 1 by 5000, and what is the value of the R we got, which is 1.867. By substituting those values, you will be getting the C value as 49.918. After getting the C value, substitute V is equal to 49. C in the after getting the value of C, substitute those values in V is equal to C into square root of RS. Then you will be getting the velocity based on the cutter's equation. Then after getting the velocity based on the cutter's equation, you need to find the ratio of the two velocities, which is V by V naught. You will be getting in step number 6, and V naught you have already got in the step number 2. So whenever you are calculating V by V naught, if you are going to get the value which is equal to 1, then whatever the assumed depth of the canal section, that is correct. So if you are not going to get the V by V naught value approximately equal to 1, once again you need to assume the value of D. So you will be getting it out how many times you need to assume the value of D. So it's better you can assume the value of D twice, and assuming between 2 to 2.5 or 2.6, you will be getting the exact V by V naught values. Then next one, Kennedy's theory case 2, in which you will be given the B by D ratios, and we are going to find the sides. In this, what is the first step is we are going to calculate the A in terms of the D, which by using the formula A is equal to D square into X plus 0.5. So what is the X? So already in the question you will be getting the B by D value, right? The B by D value is nothing but which is equal to X. Then next second step, we are going to find the velocity from the Kennedy's theory equation, which is V naught is equal to 0.55 m into d to the power of 0.64. And the next step, we are going to find the discharge, which is 0.55 m into x plus 0.5 into d to the power of 2.64. And from this equation you can get the value of the D. And the third step, we are going to calculate B and R. B is nothing but x into D, and R is nothing but A by P in terms of B and D, which is BD plus G square by 2 by B plus G into square root of 5. Then next one, we are going to calculate the slope from the cutter's equation. Here you can able to see the question, which is design irrigation canal to carry a discharge of 14 cumex. Assume the capital N value as 0.0225, M is equal to 1, and B by D value he gave it as 5.7. So what is the first step? We need to find the area, which is x square into D plus 0.5. So what is the x value? X value is nothing but 5.7. So D square into 5.7 plus 0.5, you will be getting the area. So what is the area? We got 6.2 into D square. And the second step is we are going to use the cutter's equation in order to we are going to use the Kennedy's equation in order to determine the V naught, which is 0.55 m into d to the power of 0.64. Substituting the value of n, you will be getting 0.55 into d to the power of 0.64. And then next, discharge is nothing but area into velocity. Already we got area and the velocity, and from this equation we are going to find the depth, which is discharge by 0.55 into 5.7 plus 0.5. So what is the answer you got, which is 1.71 meter. And the third step is B is equal to x into D. So what is the D value? We got 1.7. So 5.7 into 1.7, which is 9.73 meter. Then next step, we are going to find the hydraulic mean depth, which is A by P in terms of B and D. It is BD plus G square by 2 by B plus G into square root of 5. So from this you will be by substituting the value of B as 9.73 and D as 1.71, you will be getting the R value. So after getting this, what we are going to do is we are going to find the value of V naught, which is 0.55 into M into d to the power of 0.64. You will be getting the V naught value. Then next one, we are going to calculate the slope, because the slope only you need to find in the case of the second case of your Kennedy's theory, because B by D values will be already given. So slope, how you will be getting? You will be getting from the Cutter's equation, which is V is equal to C into square root of RS. So here you know what is V and V naught. V is nothing but which is equal to V naught, and you know what is N, and S is nothing but the unknown value. By substituting all the values in the particular Cutter's formula, you will be getting the slope value, which is S is equal to 1 by 5 in 5100. So how you will be getting this is, after getting your S value, what you need to do is always the slope value will be in terms of 1:n. So you need to do 1 divided by answer, then you will be getting the slope value in terms of 1 by 5100. This is the way how to solve your Kennedy's theory case 2. All the steps in the Kennedy's theory and the Lacey's Kennedy's theory case 1 and case 2 are same. Only the step the varied is in your 2 step, in which in the Kennedy's theory case 1 we are going to assume the depth, and in this we are going to find the area in terms of x square in d into x square into d plus 0.5. Remaining all the formulas were similar. Next one is about your Lacey's-Rezmi theory. In this you can able to see that what are the assumption he has considered. He has considered that the slope states that channel with a erodible boundary tends to adjust its dimension with the depth of slope in order to attain the state of equilibrium. Whenever the water is flowing through the canal section, he assumed that the water itself will be attaining its width, depth and slope based on the equilibrium, which he named it as a Rezmi state of the equilibrium, and he has determined his own flow equation and the slope equation, and he also introduced the silt factor. Silt factor is nothing but whenever there is the flowing of the water, it also consists of some amount of the silt particles present in it. So he assumed that silt particles also in the theory, so that it cannot be negligible. So here you can able to see the design procedure. Here you have Q, MD and F value. So how to identify the difference between Kennedy's theory and the Lacey's theory is, in the case of the Lacey's theory, in the question he will be giving the value of F, which is the silt factor. If he is not going to mention the silt factor F value, he will be giving the mean diameter of the silt particle. So first step is finding out the silt particles, which is F is equal to 1.76 into square root of MD. Second one, computing of the velocity, which is V is equal to Q into F square by 140 whole to the power of 1 by 6. The next area, which is discharge by velocity. Then perimeter, P is equal to 4.75 into square root of Q. Then next one, we are going to find the area in terms of B and D, which is the same formula, BD plus G square by 2. P is equal to B plus G into square root of 5. From this, G is equal to P minus square root of P square minus 6.944 A by 3.472 in order to find the D value, and in order to find the B value, which is P minus 2.236 into D. And in the step 6, which is R is equal to 5 by 2 into V square by F, and R is equal to BD plus G square by 2 by B plus 2.236 into D. And in the case of the Lacey's theory, here the R value should be equal. Rezmi's values should be equal. Then next last step, we are going to find the slope, which is F whole to the power of 5 by 3 by 3340 into Q to the power of 1 by 6. Here you can able to see the problem based on the Kennedy's Lacey's theory. So here what he has given in the question, he has given the discharge, silt factor, side slope, and he also asked us to find the longitudinal slope. So first step is nothing but silt factor, which is equal to 1. Second step is finding of the velocity, which is Q into F square by 140 whole to the power of 1 by 6. So by substituting the value of Q and F, you will be getting the velocity, and the units of velocity are meter per second. And the third step is finding the area, which is discharge by velocity, and area units of the discharge are square meter or the meter square. Then fourth step is finding of the perimeter, which is 4.75 into square root of Q. So Q is nothing but already the discharge is given in the question. Based on this, you will be getting the perimeter. And then next fifth step is finding of the D and B value. What is the D is depth of the channel and B is the bed width of the channel. So D is nothing but the formula for D is P minus square root of P square minus 6.944 into A by 3.472. By substituting the value of P and A, you will be getting the depth of the channel section and the units are meters. And then next one, bed width, which is P minus 2.236 into D, and the units of the B are meters. So based on in the fifth step, you will be getting the values of bed width and the depth of the channel section. And sixth step, where you need to get both the R values of same. One R value we will be calculating in terms of the sill factor and other value in terms of the regular formula, or which we have already used in the Kennedy's theory. So R is equal to 5 by 2 into V square by F. So what is the V value we got? 0.773 by F value is 1 into 5 by 2. So the value of R we got in terms of silt factor and the velocity is 1.49. Then next one more R value, which is BD plus G square by 2 by B plus G into square root of 5. Already we got the values of B and D in step number 5. By substituting that, you will be getting the R value. So what are the R values we got in terms of the sill factor and in terms of the B and D? It is 1.49 meters. So based on this, we can say that both the R values are same. The next one, we are going to find the slope, which is the longitudinal slope, which he has just to find in the question, which is F whole to the power of 5 by 3 by 3340 into Q to the power of 1 by 6. So silt factor value has given as 1 and distance has given as 30. So 1 by 3340 into 30 whole to the power of 1 by 6, you will be getting the slope, and hence we got the B value, D value and the slope of the section based on the Lacey's theory. After getting B, D and S, you need to draw a trapezoidal rectangular section and you need to mention the B, D and side slope of the section. Next one is initial and final resume concepts of the Lacey's theory, so which were very important for the short answers. So what is initial resume is whenever you are having a bed slope of a channel where is due to dropping of silt and its cross section or wetted perimeter. So cross section or the wetted perimeter of the channel remains same. There will not be having any of the effects in it. That you are going to call it as a initial resume, and only the bed slope will be varying in the case of the initial resume. And the next one, final resume. Final resume is nothing but if there is no resistance from the sides and all variables such as perimeter, depth and slope are etc. are equally free to vary and get adjusted according to discharge, then the channel is said to be permanent stable, called as final resume. So in the case of the initial resume, cross section will not be getting affected and only the bed slope will be changed. But in the case of the final resume, whatever the variables such as depth, perimeter and the slope, they themselves, they are going to attain its state and they are going to become the constant, having a permanent stability. That you are going to call it as a final resume. The next topic is about the lining of the canal. Lining of the canal is nothing but which is used to the canal section to control the seepage and leakages and the losses. That you are going to call it as a lining of the canal. Advantages is prevention of waterlogging, silting, scoring and loss of water. But disadvantages is it will be having the high initial cost and difficult to repair and difficult to shift the outlets. The next one, design procedure of the lining of the canal section, in which first step is finding the velocity based on the Manning's equation, which is V is equal to 1 by n into R to the power of 2 by 3 into S to the power of 1 by 2. And second step is finding the area, which is discharged by velocity. Third is perimeter A by R. And lining of the channel will for the trapezoidal shaped channel, area of the cross section A is equal to BD plus G square into theta plus cot theta, and perimeter is B plus 2D into theta plus cot theta. Based on this A and P, we are going to find the values in the case of, or we are going to design the lined canal section. Okay, here you can able to see the question based on the Lined canal, design a trapezoidal shaped concrete lined canal to carry a discharge of 100 cubics at a slope of 25 centimeter per kilometer. The side slope of the channel are 1.5:1. Take the value of n as 0.016 and limiting velocity as 1.5. So first what he has given the slope in terms of centimeter per kilometer, but slope does not consist of any of the units. So what we are going to do is we are going to convert that kilometer into centimeter. So 1 kilometer is nothing but which is equal to 10 to the power of 5 centimeter. So 25 divided by 10 to the power of 5 centimeter, you will be getting the slope value which is 1 by 4000, and velocity given is 1.5 meter per second, and n value he gave us 0.016. And then first step in order to find is we are going to find the velocity based on the Manning's formula, which is 1 by n into r to the power of 2 by 3 into s to the power of 1 by 2. So in this equation you know what is n, v and s. So from this we are going to find the value of r, which you will be getting it as 1.87 meter. Then next one, second step is finding of the theta, which is cot theta is equal to 1.5. So theta is nothing but cot inverse of 1.5. So cot inverse of 1.5 is nothing but which is equal to tan inverse of 1 by 1.5. You will be getting the value. So the value whatever you are going to get, that will be in terms of the degrees. So you are going to convert in terms of the radians, multiplying it with pi by 180. So you will be getting the theta value of 0.59 radians. Then next, area, which is discharged by velocity, and fourth step, finding of the perimeter, which is area by r. Then next one, fifth step is substituting the values in the a and p, which is bd plus d square into theta plus cot theta, which is area is 66.67 is equal to bd plus d square into theta is nothing but what is the theta value? It is 1.5, which is based on the side slope of the channel, and cot theta value we got, cot theta is 1.5 and theta is 0.59. Then next one, p is equal to b plus 2d into theta plus cot theta. P is nothing but 35.65 is equal to b plus d into 4.18. So from equation 2 we will be getting the b value as 35.65 minus 4.18 into d. So what I am doing is I am going to substitute this b value in my equation number 1.